Deep down in my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one.
That was now a former educator in Austin, Texas, who has been fired after admitting to his students that he believes that the white race is the superior race. And as you can see from the video, that classroom has non-white students within it. And this is, again, an educator who is creating a hostile environment for his students. One of the students luckily did catch it on camera, and here's some more footage from the exchange.
Deep down in my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one.
Oh.
Wait, no, let me finish.
Hey, look. So white is better than all.
No, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Hey.
I think everybody thinks that, they're just not honest about
Hey,
it.
I'm not racist though. I like all types of colors.
Did I say I don't like people?
People only think
Wait,
that.
so you said you are what? You are
You
racist?
saying you're like
You're
I think
racist?
everybody's a racist at that level.
No, but you said you are racist.
I did. Yeah, I'm trying to be honest.
Yes, I'm racist.
No, I'm not saying it again. I've said it enough.
So you're
I
racist.
think I slightly told you to stop speaking.
Put your phone up.
I respected you. I actually respected you for a while, but like
I'm putting your
now
phone up.
I don't even got no more respect for you.
Put it up.
Yeah, for real. I don't think I got respect for him no more, bro.
You know, you should have more respect. 'Cause
If ever there was a case study for projection, this is it, where this racist teacher can't see past his own biases and thinks everyone else is as racist as he is. And the thing that really it both broke my heart, but it also was a little bit heartwarming. Like the student who says, I don't think like that. I like all kinds of people, right? It's just like the sweetness and the purity of kids and how a lot of hateful, habits are learned behavior. And unfortunately, we have people like that, now former teacher, spewing this kind of hatred. But let me give you some more background into what happened. So the father of one of the young black students that you see in that video is actually a famous rapper and record producer that goes by the name Southside, and he shared the video on Instagram, which is how it went viral, okay? Now, in his caption, he wrote this: "My son called me the other day and said, 'Dad, I have a C, I'm trying to get my grade up, but my teacher is a racist.' I thought he was trying to say that because of his grade, so today he sends me these videos. This man told my child his race is superior. My son wants an education and he is being denied that." So his son, Mello, the boy going back and forth most with the teacher in the video, spoke out on Instagram as well. And he says, "I have always been raised to respect my elders. My parents don't play about that at all. This still won't change me. I'm still going to be the same. It's just crazy this happened at my school to me and my friends. I'm glad my parents stay on me and taught me how to move in situations like this." Now, the teacher hasn't been identified, but was originally put on administrative leave. But since then, he has been fired. And on Friday, the Pflugerville School District Superintendent, Dr. Douglas Killian, released a statement saying that Human Resources was conducting the investigation. And today he provided the update saying that this educator has been fired. Cenk.
Yeah, in the beginning I thought maybe he was going to go in the direction of, hey, we all have these stereotypes and biases in us and we have to work to get them out. No, he didn't go in that direction at all. He was like, no, I'm just being honest with you that I think that whites are the superior race. How is that anywhere near acceptable, right? But Anna's 100% right. It's just projection. The reason he said it is because he genuinely thinks that everybody else also thinks that their race is superior. And so he's like, I'm just being honest with you guys. No, right wingers, you don't get it. We don't actually think that.
Right, exactly.
Like we don't think that whites are superior or our own race is superior. And don't get me wrong, do a lot of people from the old country think that? Yes, okay? So sometimes people say America is the least racist country. Well, I certainly wouldn't go that far, okay? But the reason they say that is because in the old world, people still think if you're Chinese, Chinese is number one, everybody else is not as good. If you're I'll talk about my own people. If you go back to Turkey, they think Turks are number one, everybody else is below them, right? And they even have a sense of like, Who's where in that pecking order? And you can do that with almost all the old country places, right? And by the way, in America, we institutionalize racism in much worse ways than other countries did. Slavery being the most spectacular and awful example, but there's many more examples of that. So we're guilty in different ways, right? But no, in the modern world, especially for those students who have grown up with white, black, Latino, Asian friends, etc. No, they don't actually think that white people are better or black people are superior or Asians are superior. They actually believe in the thing that is true, equality, right? But Trump gave permission for people like that teacher to come out and say it because they thought, oh, everybody's being honest now, so I'm going to say it too.
I mean, I do wonder how often situations like that unfold in the classroom, because in this case, he got caught because one of the students was secretly filming him as he was saying these terrible things. I mean, there might have been other instances that we don't know about because we don't have video evidence and maybe the allegations by the students weren't taken seriously. But one thing I know for a fact is that someone like him has no business being an educator, because you're not an educator to just white students. You're an educator to students from all different backgrounds. And these biases, obviously cloud his judgment. I mean, the guy has terrible judgment. The fact that he is vocalizing these terrible thoughts in a classroom that clearly has, diversity among its students. He thought it was totally fine. He felt entitled to say that out loud, regardless of how uncomfortable it makes his students in an environment that's supposed to be welcoming, comforting, and safe for people to learn in.
Yeah, last two quick things. As I see that, and I think a lot of Americans feel the same way, we feel dispirited for what the racism that was beneath the surface that we didn't know existed. So if you're black in this country, you knew it existed, right? But for a lot of us who aren't black or Latino, we didn't see it. And maybe we even experienced it and didn't realize it. For example, I was just thinking, in calculus in high school, I got an awful grade. It nearly cost me getting into a good school. And then I went to a really good college and got an A+ in calculus. And was it because that teacher had some bias against me? I don't know, probably not. But now that I look at it, I go, how many racist teachers were there? And how many people did they mark down for totally arbitrary reasons? And so it's, if you're a minority in this country, that is super depressing to think about, but we've all got to recognize it so we could fight back against it. And final point is, he said, no, I didn't say I don't like people. No, that's not the definition of racism, right? The definition of racism is you thinking you're superior to them. So you saying like, obviously I'm a better, I'm smarter than you, I'm this, I'm
and
superior.
The white students are superior to the black students.
And I'm gonna mark you down just based on your race, but it's not that I don't like you. No, you misunderstand racism completely. What you said is deeply racist. It's the definition of racism, to say your race is superior and other races are inferior.